I'm warning you and your counsel that any decisions the board makes tonight may face reversal if a court determines that you violated the Brown Act. And I strongly suggest that you continue tonight's agenda until another meeting, which is properly noticed. Thank you.
So my recommendation to you now is that we end this meeting and that we renotice the meeting.
So shortly after it started, they ended that meeting, and the San Francisco Unified Teachers, because of that, don't know what's going to happen with their jobs.
Yeah, it's still up in the air. KRON 4's Sara Stinson's following the story for us from the city about the sudden adjournment last night, and then, of course, what happens next. Sara?
Yeah, it was very out of nowhere. It just came to a halt, but for good reason. Someone brought it to the attention of the board that the meeting agenda hadn't been properly posted on the district's website. That's against the Browns Act and against the rules in general. So they had to stop there and then, and they could not proceed with voting on the layoff plan. Now, maybe that's good for some who say, wow, we have more time to voice our opinion, but maybe that's bad for those who've already received a preliminary layoff notice because they're wondering if they're going to have a job next school year. So this is a very, very important vote for the district as a whole, but especially for those staff members that could not have a job next school year. Now, I'm sure it was brought to the board's attention. They realized they had to stop, and they said they're going to postpone the meeting until tomorrow night, and they're going to post that meeting in the agenda the way they're supposed to. The Teachers Union, United Educators of San Francisco, UESF, held a press conference yesterday ahead of that meeting where parents and staff members spoke out against the layoffs and how it would also hurt the students. UESF says some of the educators who are potentially going to lose their job have worked for the district for 30+ years. It includes paraeducators, community school coordinators, and social workers. The school board is voting on layoffs as they face a $125 million budget deficit for next school year. The district says they have to cut some funding to certain programs and jobs, or else the state will come in and take over. The state saying the district has been spending at high rates despite years of declining enrollment. Teachers, staff, parents protesting yesterday saying there are better ways to cut funding than to lay off vital educators and staff. A San Francisco parent emotionally explained how cutting these types of staff members would directly hurt children like her own.
Without Miss Penny, Francisco will lose an excellent math teacher and the school's strongest ally for LGBTQ+ students. As the parent of a queer child who relies every day on support staff, I am begging the Board of Ed to reject these layoffs and prove that SFUSD truly is student-centered.
So this layoff plan is an emotionally charged thing that's affecting everyone in this school district. So you can only imagine how people felt when the meeting came to a halt last night. Again, it has been postponed until tomorrow at 5 o'clock, and the board will be posting the agenda, hopefully, where they're supposed to on the district's website. And I expect there's going to be continued protests and continued press conferences as people have more time to voice their opinions. For now, I'm Sara Stinson reporting live. Back to you.
Okay, we'll be following it. Thank you, Sara.